I'll be calling you a radical. So Weber State is down at SAC State. And I want to get a little preview of this team. This team's been hard to figure out. Jekyll and Hyde, oh boy. But just remember this, the Big Sky from the very top to the very bottom, there's not much difference. These teams are good. All these teams are good. You know, that Northern Colorado thing didn't even surprise me. I mean, I wish I was still a gambler. 27-point favorite. I was in California, so I missed it. I wasn't here. But whoever was in the booth up there, that first fumble where Richie goes in, he's in. How? It blows my fucking mind. Who is in the booth? Who's running this show? How do they not throw the flag and review that? You get a review challenge. How did it? I mean, that changes everything. I mean, they got upset. Oh, fuck, you think? 27-point favorite? I wonder if there was a money line. They go from 27-point favorite to 4.5-point dogs. That's plus 160 on money line. Sac State's going to be tough down there. Don't kid yourself. That's Sac State team. By the way, speaking of Sac State, did you see Scattaboo blow the Utes to smithereens? Cam Rising, sunset. But Scattaboo, who I remember him 2 years ago on this field, I'm like, whoa. He's a first-rounder in the NFL. Speaking of first-rounder, well, practice squad NFL superstar Rashid Shaheed's out for the season. Torn meniscus. Probably the best thing that ever happened to him. What? He's playing on the practice squad. You know, just remember his last play right there. Tore his ACL. Probably a couple $100 million injury. He'd have went to the freaking combine. Practice squad guy. Nobody wanted. Nobody wanted. He's one of the great dynamic players in the NFL. I think he's the most dynamic player in the NFL. He'll get the 2-year practice squad deal. Isn't a 2? It's such a scam. The thing that bothers me so much is Deion Sanders is right about this. Teams at this level, the NFL colludes against. Not one single player is drafted from the Big Sky last year. The Big Sky is all that. Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, Bland for the Cowboy. Another Sac State guy. You had to pick on this field. I was at that game. Rashid Shaheed's on the practice squad, 2-year practice squad deal. There's a 3rd-year option. You can just, here's 3rd-year league minimum. That's what he's playing on. He's playing for the fucking league. Are you kidding me? They're saving $20 million a year, so he'll bounce right back from that surgery. Will he play for the Saints next year? I don't think so. You know, where will he play? There's lots of rumors flying around. I know for a fact that he wants him in the Broncos bad. You know, these hard-headed Bronco fans around here, they're all geeked up about that. But I don't know, but he'll get a contract, your eyeballs will bug out. You know, and he's worth that as far as his contemporaries in the NFL. Back to Weber State. There's so much talent. You know, these 2 great returns. Noah, Silent J. Car, Kajar. Tomato. Bird Butler. Fantastic players. Richie. Jekyll Hyde. You know. I mean, I talked to him one day. I said, dude, you don't bother. I mean, he's got bravado, I guess, you know, and they lit him up. But you knew that was going to happen. And by the way, congratulations to Jay Hill and BYU. What a game. Are you kidding me? I said before the season, we're going to have to hold our nose and root for BYU. Oh, what a game. By the way, talk about the lost art of DB's tackling. That's what I don't understand. How come Maxwell Anderson's not in the NFL? You ever seen him tackle? That's one thing. Oh, he could tackle. Like Teron Johnson. He reminds me, similar. Both Weber State players, Kelly and Collins, had fantastic games. You know, I mean, talk about turning around Weber State. I mean, Jay Hill, BYU. They're 7-0. What a freaking run. 7-0. What a game. So my grandsons are all betting where Rashid goes. I was going to go down the 27th and watch him play down there. I'm glad we didn't buy any tickets because the only thing you can afford is that. Go to them games in LA. I mean, NFL. It's another thing. So he's out for the season. Next year, my prediction is whoever signs him wins the Super Bowl. He's all that. He's the new Bob Hayes. I knew that. I was calling him out day one. Day one here when everybody's... Who's the dumbest people on the planet? Utah State politicians, they're third. NFL scouts. Oh, they're second. Who's the worst, dumbest people? Oh, that's NBA scouts. I'm screaming about Dillion Jones. I'm sitting with the fucking Utah Jazz scouts. Sitting with them. I sit on the front row. I'm talking to them. Scott, they have two there. I'm talking to him. You should grab him in that first pick of yours, 10. Oh, no. Well, he ain't no first round, bro. By the way, nobody's paid me yet. You know, I got hundreds of bets all over. Shake of the timber mine. And nobody will pay up. Fuck, what a bunch of... I don't know what's around here. So... Now, KSL, of all people, who would refuse to cover Dillion Jones, well, refused to cover anybody from Weber State, including the only interview you're ever going to see with Rashid Shaheed to me. Dillion Jones, the best bargain in the first round in the NBA, it's looking like. No shit. No shit. I'm screaming out. That guy was a lottery pick. You know, and so you've been watching him. Just, he goes, well, I watched him for 4 years. Here. So, the NBA starts early this year, the 22nd. And I think they open in Denver on the 24th. Dillion Jones, I think he will. I think he'll play. I think he'll get a lot of minutes. I mean, his stat line, preseason, he's been the best preseason player in the NBA. So, Rashid, I really believe it, and I know this is crazy to say that was the best thing that happened to him because it's not an ACL, it's not a Achilles, it's a torn meniscus. He has a good agent now. There's a 4-year, believe it or not, the 2-year deal is really a 4-year deal in the NFL on the practice squad. Winston Reed's playing for the Browns, practice squad. Jonah Williams, practice squad. You know, Teron Johnson ain't the highest paid nickel back in this. All Jay Hill guys, nobody wanted. So, was that the end? I was thinking about it this morning. I really felt like it was maybe the end on Snapgate. You know, when Jay Hill left, I don't know, sure seems like that, doesn't it? I mean, I know this team's loaded with talent. They're loaded with talent, but, you know, putting it together, it's been weird. I've had trouble wrapping my mind around this team. But remember, they're two great offensive linemen. You know, they need to be together. Vi's their best offensive lineman by far. He broke a bone in his foot up there at Washington. He hasn't been playing. That's hurt him. That's hurt him tremendously. He'll be back. I think he's playing tonight. So, Lavaca, I think he's playing. So, do I think Weber will win tonight? Yeah. Do I know that? No. Nobody with this team. So, where will we see Rashid next year? Not New Orleans, I hope. I mean, no one's ever used Rashid Shaheed properly. Never. By hell. Jay Hill, after what Jay Hill's done here at BYU, my guess is I really believe Jay Hill will be a defensive coordinator in the NFL, maybe even next year. I really do. I think he could be one of. And if you don't think defensive coordinators are important, you know nothing about the Chiefs. I mean, is that guy the best coach in the NFL right now? Not Andy Reid. I think Jay Hill's a guy like him. Well, I know he is. I mean, he's the Tom Landry of our time. The players he's been on, nobody wanted Rashid Shaheed. One offer, all these guys. So, what does it matter with you NBA scouts? What does it matter with you NFL? Are you colluding against Big Sky players? Well, obviously. I mean, why is not Maxwell Henderson playing in the NFL? Why isn't that great receiver from up there at Idaho playing in the NFL? The next one, the next superstar in the NFL, he's got a broken arm. He's out. I don't know if he'll be able to come back for the playoffs for Idaho or not, but if he doesn't get a bite to the combine, something's really wrong. Abraham Williams, he's a 4-3 guy. You know, first came Lightning Rashid. Now we have Thunder Abraham Williams. All that. If you like Rashid Shaheed in the NFL, you're going to love Abraham Williams. So, a lot of good talent on this team. I don't know what's going on, but what a giant upset. But who was in the booth? My God. How do you not review that? I've looked at it 6 or 7 times since I got home from San. I was right in front of Mount Carmel when Rashid did his thing. That's where I was at, right there. I was right back from Del Mar, taking the back road to San Diego. And so, go Dillion Jones in the NBA. It's the basketball season. They got ripped up at Utah State last night. And 20 years of mediocrity, basketball here, just remember, Damian Lillard did not go to the NCAA tournament. Neither did Dillion Jones. Now, don't even get me going. Don't even get me going. The Wattis curse. But one thing you can think of as far as football goes in the Big Sky and Weber State basketball, what a boot camp, right? What a boot camp for these guys shine in Europe in professional leagues. I don't know why they can't win here, because they sure can in the NBA. They sure can in all over Europe. By the way, Jerry Harding just going crazy over there. I still say he's the best player in the history of this school basketball. You know, him and Dillion Jones. Sorry, Lillard, I love you, but I'm not talking about the NBA. I mean, he's a whole other thing in the NBA. Rashid Shaheed, the greatest player in the history of this school? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But there's about 10 of them, Jay Hill guys. Teron Johnson, Jonah Wimp, Adam Rodriguez. I mean, Josh Davis. You know, what players? All these players. So, we were loaded with good players. Let's see if they can put it together. And how about Scattaboo? Big Scott. Oh, he'll be what he did to the University, I love it, because I really cannot stand Whittingham, most overrated coach in history. You know, he really, I don't know what you're all geeked up there, going down there watching that boring-ass shit. Did that Scattaboo light them up? Well, that's one of the best performances I've ever seen by a college football player in my life. But I knew what he was watching him play here. You know, what a player. So, Sac State will be tough. You know, I think this game will be close. We'll see how Weber answers, but Weber's loaded with talent. But that doesn't mean you win. Ask the basketball team. Ask Dillion Jones. Ask Damian Lillard. So, go Dillion. I called him out from day one, didn't I? But don't listen to Kevin Blanch, whatever the fuck I say. By the way, I need a new fucking car. Any of you car salesmen out there, fucking work a deal with me. I got to get a new car. Fucking. Don't ever listen to Kevin Blanch. Called out fucking. By the way, I'm so against that up there. Called out Rashid Shaheed from day one. Called out Abraham Williams from day one. Called out Dillion Jones from day one. Everybody, even people around here argued with me. But don't ever listen to me. These NBA scouts and NBA scouts, they're right there with Utah state legislators. Dumber than fucking dirt. Stay tuned.